Hello, and welcome to another episode of Life Stuff 101. I know it's been a while. It's taking me a little while for me to get my bearings, and I'm recording this trying to do something new. I'm calling it the Challenging Times Challenge Edition. That's a mouthful, and maybe I'll try and come up with another name, but that's what I got at the moment. Anyway, my name is Mio Yokoi. I work as a registered psychotherapist in Toronto, Canada, and also as a coach and supporter to striving, high-sensitive folks everywhere. But before we get started, I know that many people during this time of uncertainty are experiencing so many imaginable as well as unimaginable difficulties as I record this in late March 2020. However, what I share on this podcast is for general information purposes only and not to be meant as specific advice. And for personalized help and questions, please consult a medical or mental health care provider. At this time, there are many mental health professionals who are providing support online, and please reach out if you are in need of support. This podcast, Life Stuff 101, is generally more focused on providing information about different aspects of mental health and mindset. But today, I decided to try an experiment by doing something a little different for a little while. So it's approximately been 2 weeks for me, and I think the most of the folks around me here in Canada that's been into physical distancing and being at home for this extended period of time. I've noticed and learned a few things. And one is that without some kind of purpose, we can very easily fall into sadness, lethargy, stress, anxiety, and more. And with that in mind, I thought I would try and start a Challenging Times challenge where I will suggest a daily challenge for you to complete so that you know that you've at least gotten one thing done today, or at least to even have this challenge that gives you some sense of purpose that you have every day. It's my plan to continue to post challenges as long as it's relevant and we're experiencing this particular challenging time for us all. So I hope you join me in this Challenging Times challenge because it'd be lonely, frankly, to go it alone. So let's get the show on the road with day one. The day one challenge is start a morning routine. As a therapist and a self-employed person for some time now, I've learned the value and need of having a routine. With physical distancing a thing now, I've had to create a new routine, but honestly, it's taken some time for me to get here. To actually get the idea that I needed to get a routine in place and even to have more of a regular routine going. It's taken me a couple weeks. First of all, I think it's important to know that creating what eventually feels like a regular routine requires practice because it's essentially a habit. So it's not going to take shape immediately, but it also needs action to start taking shape. So for today, this is Challenging Times challenge number 1. Start a morning routine if you haven't already. And if you already have one, what's something that you can add either starting today or tomorrow? If you're going to start tomorrow, just make a specific decision as to what you'll be doing or adding to your morning routine. As for me, this past week, I restarted a more regular meditation practice, and today was day 8 into meditating first thing in the morning. And actually, I do feel that it's helped me to start my day off with a little more bit of sense of groundedness, and it feels a little bit less frazzled because before I was doing that, I was noticing that I was getting up first thing in the morning. So at that point, probably about 1 week into physical distancing, and I was just feeling untethered, or there was a sense of a strange kind of like a stress or like a not knowing and uncertainty. And that's true. And for that first week, I think that it's only natural that I and perhaps many other people would have felt that way. But I feel that when I started to incorporate this meditation practice, things just started feeling like it was making my mornings a little bit less frazzled feeling. And I'm actually very thankful for it. And I feel like I'm benefiting from it. And now that I feel that that's part of my routine now, I'm ready to add a new thing into my morning routine, which is regular movement. Before all this happened, my main movement goal was to get 10,000 steps every day, which I was able to achieve by walking to and from my office. And clearly that's not happening anymore. So it's been a while since I've been getting regular movement now for a few weeks. And I feel I really need to get some movement into my routine. Otherwise, I won't prioritize it. And since it's been a while since I've done any kind of more intense exercise, I decided to install an app called Eccentrics TV and to add that to my morning routine. So I do want to keep these challenging time challenge. So I would like to keep these challenging times challenge episodes short and sweet. So I'll leave it off here for now. And I'm making this up on the fly here, but I'd love to hear if you can share what's currently part of your morning routine and what you're thinking of starting or adding today or first thing tomorrow. And just as an aside, I was trying to use a new audio enhancing app called Crisp, and my understanding is that it's supposed to filter out ambient audio, like sirens, but I don't think it actually did its thing. So I'm sorry for the distractions that might have come from all the sirens in this recording. So as we come to the end of day 1 of our challenge, I'll be posting the fact that I have recorded this particular episode on Twitter. So if you happen to see this on Twitter, please respond and let me know what it is that you're doing for your morning routine. I think eventually what I want to do is to maybe incorporate it onto Facebook as well as Instagram, but I'll be honest, I'm really crappy at social media, so maybe this is also another challenge that I'll be taking on at this time. I have my fingers crossed and wish me luck with this whole social media thing. Okay, so that's day 1. Start or add to your morning routine. And on that note, I hope you're taking care, staying safe wherever you are in the world. I'll speak to you again real soon for day 2 of the challenge.